Welcome back to our channel, World Coins History. As you knew that old is gold, but these top 7 Monticello Jefferson nickels are most valuable than you think, so check out your collection. You're lucky if you have one of these, so please watch complete video and find your treasure. Let's start this. Top 1. Today, we're shining the spotlight on a true hidden treasure, the 1958 United States 5-cent coin, commonly known as the nickel. This seemingly ordinary coin has an extraordinary story, and you won't believe how much it could be worth. So stick around as we explore its history, design, rarity, and, of course, its incredible value. Let's start with a bit of history. The year 1958 was significant in many ways. The United States was experiencing a post-war economic boom, and this period marked a time of innovation and change. The 1950s saw the rise of the middle class and a growing consumer economy, but it also had its challenges, including the Cold War tensions. The 1958 nickel was minted during a time when the U.S. was re-evaluating its currency and designs. It features the iconic profile of Thomas Jefferson on the obverse side, a tribute to one of the nation's founding fathers. The reverse showcases Monticello, Jefferson's beloved home, symbolizing American heritage and pride. Now, let's talk about the design. The 1958 nickel has a classic and timeless appeal. On the obverse, we see Jefferson's portrait, facing right. The inscription reads, "Liberty" at the top and the year, 1958, at the bottom, which gives it a distinguished look. On the reverse, Monticello is depicted with "E pluribus unum" inscribed above and 5 cents below. This design not only highlights Jefferson's legacy but also represents the democratic ideals that he championed. The 1958 nickel was minted in 2 major locations, Philadelphia and Denver. The Philadelphia Mint produced coins without a mint mark, while the Denver Mint added a D to denote its origin. Interestingly, the Philadelphia Mint produced a smaller quantity compared to Denver, making the Philadelphia version somewhat rarer. However, the real intrigue lies in the uncirculated condition of these coins. Many of the 1958 nickels circulated widely and show signs of wear, but if you happen to stumble upon one in pristine condition, you could be holding a valuable piece of history. So, what makes the 1958 nickel so special in the eyes of collectors? The rarity and condition are crucial factors. Most of the 1958 nickels you come across will have been circulated, which reduces their collectible value. However, there are certain key factors that can elevate a coin's worth. As mentioned earlier, the mint mark can make a difference. A nickel from the Philadelphia Mint can be rarer than its Denver counterpart. Coins that are graded as uncirculated, especially those rated MS-65 or higher, are much more sought after. Some 1958 nickels were produced with minting errors, such as double strikes or incorrect metal compositions. These unique variants can fetch much higher prices on the market. Now, the moment you've all been waiting for. If you happen to have a 1958 United States 5-cent coin in uncirculated condition, or a rare error coin, you could potentially sell it for an astounding $61,000. Can you believe it? A nickel worth $61,000. It's incredible how something so small can hold such immense value. If you have any old coins lying around, it might be worth your time to check them out. You never know what treasures you might find. If you enjoyed this video and want to learn more about rare and valuable coins, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you won't miss any future discoveries. Top 2. We're shining the spotlight on an often overlooked piece of American currency, the United States 5-cent coin from 1975. You might think this little nickel is just another common coin, but stick around, because by the end of this video, you'll discover that it might just be worth a small fortune. Let's set the stage with a bit of history. The 1975 5-cent coin, commonly known as the nickel, was minted during a fascinating era in American history. The 1970s were marked by significant changes, from the Vietnam War to the Watergate scandal, and they represented a time of social upheaval and economic challenges. This particular nickel was part of a series that celebrated the rich history of the United States. The design of the nickel itself features Thomas Jefferson, one of the founding fathers and the 3rd President of the United States. The reverse side showcases Monticello, Jefferson's beloved estate in Virginia, symbolizing his contributions to American architecture and democracy. What's intriguing about the 1975 nickel is that it was produced in both Philadelphia and Denver, with two distinct mint marks, no mint mark for Philadelphia and a D for Denver. These subtle differences set the stage for an exciting exploration into rarity and value. Now, let's take a closer look at the design of the 1975 nickel. The obverse side features a portrait of Thomas Jefferson, which has remained relatively unchanged since 1938. This enduring image serves as a reminder of Jefferson's ideals of liberty and governance. On the reverse, we see Monticello, intricately detailed and reflecting Jefferson's architectural influence. The symbolism of the nickel is profound, representing not only American history but also the ideals of independence and progress. It's fascinating to think that this small coin carries the weight of so much cultural significance. Now, what makes the 1975 nickel so special in the eyes of collectors? While many of these coins were minted, over 100 million in total, finding one in pristine, uncirculated condition is becoming increasingly rare. Most coins from this era have seen years of circulation, suffering from wear and tear. However, the real treasure lies in specific variants of the 1975 nickel. Some coins exhibit unique features or minting errors that can dramatically increase their value. For instance, the 1975 D nickel with certain characteristics, such as a double die or other anomalies, can capture the attention of avid collectors. These errored coins often fetch much higher prices at auctions, turning what might seem like an ordinary nickel into a coveted collectible. Beyond just the standard mint issues, some 1975 nickels are noteworthy due to their unique features. Collectors are particularly drawn to coins with minting errors, such as off-center strikes or misaligned dies. These rare variants can be much more valuable than standard coins, as they represent an anomaly in the minting process. If you happen to stumble upon one of these unique specimens, you might be in for a delightful surprise. It's worth noting that these coins often become the centerpiece of a collection, making them not just valuable, but also historically significant. Now, here comes the part you've all been waiting for. If you possess a 1975 5-cent coin in uncirculated condition, especially one with a notable error or unique feature, you could be looking at a staggering value. Hold on to your hats, because this little nickel could be worth as much as $49,000, that's right, $49,000 for a single 1975 nickel. Who knew that something so small could hold such immense value? So, if you've got a collection of coins or happen to come across this particular gem, be sure to check its condition and any unique features. It could lead to a significant payday. Top 3, we're diving into a classic piece of American currency, the United States 5-cent coin from 1964. You might think of this nickel as just another pocket change, but trust me, by the end of this video, you'll see it in a whole new light. Stick around to discover just how valuable this seemingly ordinary coin can be. To truly appreciate the 1964 nickel, let's take a step back in time. The year 1964 was a pivotal moment in American history. The nation was experiencing social change, with the civil rights movement gaining momentum and cultural shifts influencing everything from music to fashion. Amidst all this, the U.S. Mint was busy producing coins that would soon become collectibles. The 1964 nickel features the timeless image of Thomas Jefferson on the obverse side, a design that's been a staple of American currency since 1938. On the reverse side, we see Monticello, Jefferson's estate in Virginia, symbolizing not only his architectural legacy but also his commitment to the founding ideals of the nation. In 1964, the nickel was produced in two major mint locations, Philadelphia and Denver, and it's fascinating to note the subtle differences between the two. The Philadelphia coins carry no mint mark, while the Denver coins are marked with a D. These distinctions play a crucial role in determining rarity and value. Now, let's take a closer look at the design elements of the 1964 nickel. The obverse showcases a classic portrait of Thomas Jefferson, depicted with a thoughtful expression. This image reflects Jefferson's role as a founding father and his deep commitment to the principles of democracy and liberty. On the reverse, Monticello is beautifully illustrated, highlighting its neoclassical architecture. This design not only pays homage to Jefferson's home but also serves as a reminder of his contributions to the formation of the United States. The intricate details on both sides of the coin make it a real delight for collectors and history buffs alike. So, what makes the 1964 nickel particularly appealing to collectors? While millions were minted, the condition and rarity of certain coins significantly influenced their value. Most 1964 nickels were circulated heavily, leading to wear and tear that diminishes their appeal. However, uncirculated coins, those that have been preserved in pristine condition, are much rarer. Collectors are always on the lookout for these gems, as a well-preserved nickel can fetch a significantly higher price on the market. Moreover, some 1964 nickels have unique features or minting errors, which can make them even more desirable. For example, coins with double dies or other minting anomalies can dramatically increase in value. If you find one of these special variants, you might be sitting on a treasure. In addition to the standard issues, certain 1964 nickels exhibit unique characteristics that make them stand out. Minting errors such as misaligned strikes, off-center coins, or even unusual metal compositions can catch the eye of collectors. These rare variants often command premium prices at auctions, making them sought-after additions to any collection. If you happen to have a 1964 nickel with one of these errors, it could be a game-changer in terms of value. Coins like this not only tell a story about their time but also have a distinct allure for collectors who appreciate the rarity of a truly unique piece. And now, for the moment you've all been waiting for. If you possess a 1964 5-cent coin in uncirculated condition, especially one with a notable minting error, you could be looking at a staggering value. Get ready, this little nickel could be worth as much as $59,000, that's right, $59,000 for a single 1964 nickel. Who would have thought that something so small could hold such immense value? So, if you've got a jar of old coins or come across this gem, make sure to check its condition and any unique features. You could be on the brink of a major discovery. Top 4, we're shining a spotlight on a seemingly humble coin that could hold immense value, the 1972 United States 5-cent piece, commonly known as the nickel. While most of us think of this coin as mere pocket change, stick around as we unravel its fascinating history and discover just how much this little nickel might be worth. Let's start with a bit of history. The 1972 nickel belongs to the Jefferson series, which was first introduced in 1938 to honor Thomas Jefferson, the third President of the United States. Designed by the renowned sculptor Felix Schlag, this coin features a left-facing portrait of Jefferson on the obverse, while the reverse showcases his iconic home, Monticello. In 1972, the U.S. was experiencing a mix of economic growth and inflation, which affected coin production and circulation. Nickels were commonly used in everyday transactions, making them an integral part of American commerce. But what makes the 1972 nickel stand out among its peers? Let's dive deeper into its unique features. As we examine the design of the 1972 nickel, the artistry becomes apparent. The obverse features Jefferson's profile, which was modeled after a portrait by artist Jean-Antoine Houdon. Jefferson was not only a key figure in American history but also a proponent of individual liberty and democracy, values that continue to resonate today. On the reverse, Monticello represents Jefferson's commitment to architecture and agriculture, symbolizing the foundations of American prosperity. The intricate details, from the columns of Monticello to the fine engravings of the coin, highlight the craftsmanship that went into creating these pieces. Now, let's get into why the 1972 nickel is particularly exciting for collectors. While the majority of 1972 nickels are still relatively common and can be found in circulation, certain variants are worth their weight in gold. Figuratively speaking, of course, one of the most sought-after versions of this coin is the 1972 D nickel, minted in Denver. However, even more intriguing is the possibility of finding a coin with a specific minting error. Coins with double dies, for instance, can drastically increase in value. A double die occurs when the coin is struck twice, leading to an overlap of images that creates a distinctive appearance. These error coins are prized by collectors because they are unique and rare, making them stand out in a collection. If you're lucky enough to come across a 1972 nickel with such a flaw, you could have a valuable piece on your hands. Aside from the potential for mint errors, collectors also appreciate coins in pristine condition. Coins that have been carefully preserved, particularly those graded as uncirculated or mint state, can fetch much higher prices. The difference in value between a well-worn nickel and one in impeccable condition can be staggering. It's important to look for the full steps designation on the reverse of the coin. This term refers to the clear visibility of the steps on the Monticello building. Coins that display this feature are much more desirable and can command higher prices in the collector market. So, how much is a 1972 nickel actually worth? While most of these coins will only get you a nickel at face value, those rare specimens, especially those with unique features or minting errors, can reach impressive values. In fact, if you find the right 1972 nickel in exceptional condition, it could be worth as much as $51,000, that's right, $51,000 for a single 1972 nickel. Who would have thought that a simple 5-cent coin could hold such tremendous value? If you have any old coins lying around or stumble upon a 1972 nickel, make sure to take a closer look. You might just have a hidden treasure in your hands. Top 5, we're diving into a coin that many might overlook, the 1978 United States 5-cent piece, better known as the nickel. This little coin may seem ordinary, but stick around as we uncover its rich history and discover just how much this 5-cent piece could actually be worth. Let's kick things off with a bit of history. The 1978 nickel is part of the Jefferson series, a design that has been in circulation since 1938. Created to honor Thomas Jefferson, the third President of the United States, this coin features a left-facing profile of Jefferson on the obverse, with his famous home, Monticello, depicted on the reverse. In 1978, the United States was experiencing a time of economic transition. The country was emerging from the tumult of the 1970s, which included inflation and rising prices. Despite these challenges, nickels continued to play a vital role in everyday transactions. But what makes the 1978 nickel stand out among the many minted? Let's take a closer look. The design of the 1978 nickel carries a wealth of symbolism. On the obverse, you'll see Jefferson's profile, modeled after a famous sculpture by Jean-Antoine Houdon. Jefferson was not just a key figure in American history, he was also an advocate for liberty and democracy, ideals that resonate through the ages. On the reverse, Monticello serves as a reminder of Jefferson's love for architecture and his agricultural roots. This representation reflects the essence of American prosperity and the importance of Jefferson's contributions to the nation. The intricate details of Monticello, including its columns and steps, highlight the craftsmanship that goes into each coin. Now, let's delve into why the 1978 nickel is exciting for collectors. While the standard 1978 nickels are relatively common, certain variants can command impressive prices. One of the most sought-after versions is the 1978 D nickel, minted in Denver, but there's more. The real treasure lies in finding coins with mint errors, such as the double die. A double die occurs when the coin is struck twice, creating a noticeable overlap in the design. Coins with these kinds of errors are highly coveted by collectors because they are unique and can significantly increase in value. If you're lucky enough to find a 1978 nickel with such a minting flaw, you could be holding onto something quite valuable. Beyond mint errors, collectors place a premium on coins that are in pristine condition. Coins graded as uncirculated or mint state can fetch significantly higher prices than their well-worn counterparts. A coin's condition plays a critical role in its market value, so if you have a 1978 nickel that has been carefully preserved, you may have a hidden gem on your hands. Another aspect to look for is the full steps designation on the reverse. This refers to the clear visibility of the steps leading up to Monticello. Coins that meet this criterion are highly sought after and can command impressive prices in the market. So, how much is a 1978 nickel really worth? While most of these coins are only worth their face value of 5 cents, those rare specimens, especially those with unique features or minting errors, can reach astonishing values. In fact, if you come across the right 1978 nickel in exceptional condition, it could be worth as much as $42,000, that's right, $42,000 for a single 1978 nickel. Who knew that such a small coin could hold such incredible value? If you have any old coins lying around or come across a 1978 nickel, be sure to take a closer look. You might just find a hidden treasure. Top 6. We're focusing on a seemingly unassuming coin that could be worth far more than its face value, the 1979 United States 5-cent piece, commonly known as the nickel. Stick around as we explore the intriguing history, design details, and the impressive value of this little coin. Let's start with a bit of history. The 1979 nickel is part of the long-standing Jefferson series, which was introduced in 1938 to honor Thomas Jefferson, the third President of the United States. Designed by the talented sculptor Felix Schlag, the nickel features a left-facing profile of Jefferson on the obverse, while the reverse showcases his beloved home, Monticello. In 1979, the United States was navigating an era marked by economic challenges, including inflation and fluctuating markets. Despite these issues, nickels remained a vital part of everyday commerce, used in everything from vending machines to parking meters. But what makes the 1979 nickel particularly interesting? Let's take a closer look. The design of the 1979 nickel is rich with meaning. On the obverse, you'll find Jefferson's profile, crafted after a well-known bust by Jean-Antoine Houdon. Jefferson wasn't just a founding father, he was a visionary who championed the ideals of liberty and democracy that continue to shape our nation. On the reverse, the depiction of Monticello represents Jefferson's architectural accomplishments and his deep appreciation for agriculture. This iconic building is a symbol of American history and the values Jefferson stood for. The intricate detailing of Monticello, from its grand columns to its steps, showcases the artistry that goes into minting these coins. Now, let's explore why the 1979 nickel has caught the eye of collectors. While many 1979 nickels are fairly common and can be found in circulation, certain variants and mint errors can significantly increase their value. For example, the 1979 D nickel, minted in Denver, is one to watch. But what truly elevates this coin in the eyes of collectors are the rare minting errors, particularly the double die. A double die occurs when the coin is struck more than once, leading to a distinctive overlap in the design. Coins with such errors are highly sought after, making them unique treasures for collectors. If you're fortunate enough to come across a 1979 nickel with a minting error, you could be holding a valuable piece of history. In addition to mint errors, the condition of a coin plays a crucial role in its value. Coins that are graded as uncirculated or in mint state are much more desirable to collectors. If you happen to find a 1979 nickel that has been meticulously preserved, you could be looking at a hidden treasure. Another feature collectors look for is the full steps designation on the reverse. This refers to the clarity of the steps leading up to Monticello. Coins that exhibit this quality are considered rare and can command higher prices in the collector market. So, how much is a 1979 nickel really worth? While the majority of these coins will only get you 5 cents, the rare specimens, especially those with unique features or minting errors, can reach impressive values. In fact, if you happen to discover the right 1979 nickel in outstanding condition, it could be worth as much as $40,000, that's right, $40,000 for a single 1979 nickel. Who knew that a simple 5-cent coin could hold such immense value? If you have old coins lying around or come across a 1979 nickel, be sure to examine it closely. You might just find a hidden treasure waiting to be discovered. Top 7 and last unique coin, we're diving into a seemingly ordinary coin that might just be worth a fortune. The 1984 United States 5-cent piece, known to most of us as the nickel. Stick around as we unravel the intriguing history, unique designs, and impressive potential value of this little coin. let's start with some background. The 1984 nickel is part of the Jefferson series, which has graced American wallets since its debut in 1938. Designed by the talented sculptor Felix Schlag, this nickel features a left-facing portrait of Thomas Jefferson on the obverse and a depiction of his iconic home, Monticello, on the reverse. In 1984, the U.S. was navigating a period of economic recovery following the inflationary challenges of the late 1970s and early 1980s. As the country shifted gears toward stability, the nickel remained a staple in daily transactions, from vending machines to change for a quick snack. But what makes the 1984 nickel particularly noteworthy? Let's dive deeper. The design of the 1984 nickel is rich with symbolism. On the obverse, we see Jefferson's profile, which is based on a well-known bust created by the French artist Jean-Antoine Houdon. Jefferson is celebrated not just as a founding father but as an advocate for liberty, education, and the pursuit of happiness. On the reverse side, Monticello stands as a tribute to Jefferson's architectural prowess and deep ties to American history. This stunning building reflects Jefferson's vision of democracy and progress. The meticulous details in the depiction of Monticello, from its grand columns to the intricate engravings, showcase the artistry that goes into minting these coins. So, why is the 1984 nickel generating buzz among collectors? While many 1984 nickels are relatively common, certain variants and mint errors can drastically increase their worth. For example, the 1984 D nickel, minted in Denver, is one to keep an eye on. The real treasures, however, lie in coins with minting errors. One particularly sought-after variety is the double die. This occurs when a coin is struck twice, resulting in a noticeable overlap in the design. Collectors go wild for coins with such errors because they are rare and unique. If you happen to stumble upon a 1984 nickel with a minting error, you could be holding a potential goldmine. Beyond mint errors, the condition of the coin is crucial in determining its value. Coins that are graded as uncirculated or in mint state are significantly more desirable to collectors. If you have a 1984 nickel that has been well preserved, it could be worth much more than you'd expect. Another important feature to look for is the full steps designation on the reverse. This term refers to the clarity and visibility of the steps leading up to Monticello. Coins that exhibit this quality are rare and can command a premium in the collector market. So, how much is a 1984 nickel actually worth? While most of these coins will only fetch you 5 cents, the rare specimens, especially those with unique features or minting errors, can reach impressive values. In fact, if you find the right 1984 nickel in outstanding condition, it could be worth as much as $38,000, that's right, $38,000 for a single 1984 nickel. Who would have thought that a simple 5-cent coin could hold such incredible value? If you have any old coins lying around or come across a 1984 nickel, be sure to examine it closely. You might just uncover a hidden treasure. If you enjoyed this exploration of the 1984 nickel and want to learn more about rare coins, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you won't miss any of our future discoveries. Thank you for watching, and happy collecting.